Hello guys, and welcome to another Mad Chilly video. Today we're here on the London Underground Bakerloo line, here on Train Sim World 2. Now, this episode I am going to split into two. We are doing Calling All Stations, which is a very long scenario, 50 minutes, and it has 4 levels, it has 4 blocks of difficulty, so I'm expecting something quite interesting. So we're going to click on it, going to go ahead and load it in. So I'm going to split the video. I'll have a look when we first load in at the timetable. I think I'm going to split it somewhere around Maida Vale, somewhere around there, which is roughly in the middle of the line. I tried looking at a timetable online, but I wasn't actually able to find one. It wasn't loading on TfL's site, so Transport for London. It wasn't loading on their site, so we'll have to have a look in game. So you can see, yeah, this one travels to and ends at Harrow and Wilson. So yeah, basically, if I was to do this entire one, it would end up as almost an hour video. So I'd rather split it into 2. So we'll just have a little look at our schedule, and we can see here. So we are, what time is it here? It is 16:59 here in Baker. So 16:59. You can see it's a 50-minute service. So roughly 25 minutes in, so roughly about 17:25. So there we go. At Maida Vale, I'll go ahead and split the video. So part 1 will be from here to Maida Vale. Part 2 will be Maida Vale up to Harrow and Wealdstone. So we'll go ahead and unlock the doors and make sure everything is correct about the train. There we go. Off and release. Don't know what on earth is going on there. And there we go. Right, we'll go ahead and make sure the sign is set to Harrow and Wealdstone. Now, this thing having such a high level of difficulty, like 4 blocks of difficulty, I'm expecting something interesting here. I'm going to go ahead and close the doors and get out of here. So this is episode number, 6 now? I can't quite remember, actually, of our Bakerloo line series. Right up to 15 mile an hour out of Elephant and Castle. And you can see there, yeah, I've already applied power. Okay, if I slow down and apply power, it should be alright. There we go. Next stop is Lambeth North. First port of call, yeah, and I'm expecting something interesting to happen. Because obviously, well, you know, it wouldn't have 4 blocks of difficulty for nothing, basically. Normally, even though it's a long service, it would probably only have maximum 3 blocks of difficulty, and really probably 2. That's what that Queen's Park one was. So anything with 4 blocks of difficulty normally has something pretty fun thrown in there. So if we don't have that, I'll be a little bit disappointed, really. But up to 25 now. Remember, we're on the London Underground, so the speed limit comes into effect straight away. Now, this is actually my first time driving the full route. The most I've done is Elephant and Castle up to Queen's Park, or Queen's Park up to Harrow and Wealdstone. I haven't actually done the entire one in one go. Obviously, for you guys, it will be 2 separate videos uploaded. I'll try and upload them. I think I'm going to upload them together, as in one day and then one the next day, although there may be 2-day gap, depending on what else I end up recording. But I figured, you know, I am trying to make my videos a little bit shorter, unless there's something that literally unless there's something that doesn't get split into 2 parts. For example, obviously, you know, the bush flying on on MSFS, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Obviously, I want that to be 1 part. Because it's kind of one thing, really, isn't it? The whole idea is the whole journey. You can't really split that, but obviously the longer airliner flights, I realised after recording my first airliner flight, which was the, what do you call it? Yeah, the flight from Liverpool to Amsterdam. I realised, you know, an hour and 50-minute video, it's not really good. People won't watch it for that long. It's kind of better if you split it into 2 videos. And I was thinking, you know, this scenario is quite long. It's the longest scenario on the entire one, if you know what I mean. So it kind of makes sense that we split it into 2 parts. I'd much rather, I mean, at least in my opinion, I'd rather watch 2 25-minute videos mixed in with some other stuff, rather than just one hour-long video. But again, if you guys have a different opinion on this, just literally comment down below. I might try and make a I think I'll try and make a video on it maybe, because I would like to know whether you guys would rather watch hour-long, hour-and-a-half videos, or you'd rather have half-hour videos and me split them into parts. But you never know. I don't know, honestly, there was so much, there was like 3 minutes between Elephant and Castle and Lambeth North, so we're a bit early. I'm wanting to see what's going to be thrown into the mix. I mean, I can't imagine it would just be rated 4 because it's 50 minutes long, because there are some scenarios in this game that are 2 hours long on the Sandpatch grade, and they don't have a very high difficulty, so I don't think it's length that makes this thing the high difficulty. I'll go ahead and close the right doors then. It's actually about 5 o'clock. I don't know what the weather is at the moment, obviously, because we are, what's kind of interesting about the London Underground, you don't really know what the conditions are outside until you actually come out the tunnel. You never really find out, so... Right, up to 20 then. This is why it's kind of interesting, really. This is the only, this is my first service doing the whole length. Previously, I've only done bits of the Bakerloo line. I haven't actually done the full thing, so it's quite interesting, really. It's a good little game, this, I have to say. It's very, very good. This map, really, it does add a lot to Train Sim. Definitely. But yeah, there you go, 25-mile-an-hour limit there. Right, up to 30 then. I just saw a 30-mile-an-hour limit pop up. We're actually speeding up as we go into a station, and then we've got to slow down straight away. For some reason, there's a 20 limit going into... there's a 20-mile-an-hour limit heading into Waterloo. Would have thought it. This is probably the corner, maybe, on the station. There we go. This is Waterloo. And yeah, again, we're a bit early, really. We're early, obviously, at Lambeth North. Again, I don't know, again, the timetables on this particular map aren't the best, I have to say. They're really not. These scenarios could probably be made at least 5 minutes shorter. Well, saying that, later on in the service, I reckon we're probably going to end up running late into Harrow and Wealdstone, because from what I remember from the scenario where you went from Queen's Park up to Harrow and Wealdstone, and then back again, that one was quite a long video. Again, maybe that one could have been split. Again, the thing is, that was only meant to be like a 40-minute... 40 minutes is probably like the limit. A 40-minute... This one's a 50-minute scenario, and then obviously, when you take into account me talking at the start and at the end, and obviously if we may be late or whatever, it actually puts it up to about an hour. So an hour is on the limit, really, so I'd rather split it into 2 minutes. 2 lots of 25. Right, up to 25, and actually there's a 30 limit here, so up to 30 it'll be. We go up to 30, there's the limit, and I've got a little bit of hill coming into embankment, so I just need to slow off. And remember, like, on the other journey, this is what the my last episode was on. We're going from Queen's Park into Elephant and Castle. This next section between I think it's embankment and Charing Cross, is it? Yeah, that had a 20 limit, and it's a 30 limit here. It makes no sense. I don't really know why it's different. Like, it's the same bit of track, just in a different direction. Same direction changes and things. I don't know whether it's a bug, or whether that is how it is in real life. I don't know why it would be. Who knows? But yeah, this is embankment. Change here for many services. Next stop is Charing Cross. One of the shortest gaps on this service. Right, there we go. I'm nice and on time as well, because it's a short gap between stations. That's when you generally get the best times for that. Right, away we go. Yeah, just 440 yards to Charing Cross, which is our next station stop. And we get to do it all at 30 rather than 20 in the other direction again. I knew I was correct on that, but it's just like, it doesn't really make any sense. But never mind. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this Train Sim World 2. I'm waiting to see what'll happen in this scenario. I mean, I don't see anything yet happening, so who knows? But we didn't even get up to 30, we only got up to 28. So the timetable is actually pretty good between these short gaps of stops. Open the white doors. Everyone can get off and on. This is Charing Cross. Next station stop is Piccadilly Circus. Go on, everyone. Right. And shut the doors. There we go. Next station, Piccadilly Circus. We've got a 20 limit out of here, actually. There it is. Yeah, this is why. It's because of this big, massive turn, look. And they've got to negotiate. So we're just stuck at 20 mile an hour now for the next little bit. But yeah, it's kind of interesting when you just crawl along at 20 mile an hour. It's kind of like, come on. Oh, we're losing quite a bit of speed here, actually, because we're on a pretty steep gradient, actually. As we come into Piccadilly Circus here. This is, of course, the station that has the sort of massive overhang on one side, so you can actually see onto the other, even as a passenger, just sitting there on the platform, you can actually see across to the other side, which is quite cool. Can't do that at a lot of tube stations. In fact, I think this is the only one on the Bakerloo where you can properly do that. And stop. This is Piccadilly Circus. Next station stop, Oxford Circus. I do find it quite funny that there's like only 2 stations ending in Circus on the Bakerloo line, and they're both next to each other. Like typical. Oh, there you go. Got a train coming on the other side. Look. The trains look like so battered from far away. I'm positive the textures don't load in properly. Look at that. They look like really dirty and weird, and as they get closer, look, the Bakerloo line textures load in. That's so weird. Anyway, weird visual bugs aside. Away we go. Speed limit of 20 out here as well, but it does increase to 30 shortly afterwards, which is nice. Just gotta get around some of these corners, basically. But yeah. We're not coming up on that 30 mile an hour limit, which is cool. Obviously, kind of good. Going uphill actually, quite a bit. Got a bit more power. And there's 30, look, so we'll go full power. Because it's a nice straight bit of track now. At least for a little bit anyway. Means we will be coming into Oxford Circus at 30. We don't come into many stations that quickly. Kind of nice, I guess. It's nice when you get like a massive straight bit of track. There's not many of them on this line. It kind of makes you feel like you you are still in a tunnel, but it's a little bit different. It feels different anyway in this game. And obviously we come around this corner then. Quite quick really to come around a corner, 30, in this Bakerloo line train, into Oxford Circus. There's a noticeable difference when you approach a station at 30 to like 20. There's definitely a difference. And stop. Everyone get on. You can see there, they empty out the platform as they all get on. Which is good. I think we're on time actually. Yep. Nice. Always good to be bang on time. Speed limit out here is 20 mile an hour. So we're good. And next station stop is Regent's Park. Remember this video being split at Maida Vale, so part 1 will take us up to Maida Vale, then part number 2 will take us from Maida Vale onwards to Harrow and Wealdstone. It's going to be a long journey to Regent's Park if we have to sit here at 20 mile an hour. I don't think we do. We can see that it goes up to 30, so we're safe. We don't have to just sit here at 20 the entire time. We're actually going downhill now, so we're going uphill, we're now going back downhill. It's kind of like that on the tube. Lots of corners to negotiate, but there we go, and there is the 30 limit, so up we go. We're out up to 30 mile an hour now. Hope you guys are enjoying the content, by the way. Be sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you are enjoying. Up to 30 mile an hour now. Into Regent's Park, we can see the station up ahead, look, because it's in a straight line from here. I'm still waiting for that 4 blocks of difficulty. I bet it's like raining or something outside, or snowing. If it's snowing, then that's kind of somewhere some of the difficulty comes from. Maybe, I don't know, I'm expecting something unexpected. Anyway, right, into the station we come. And start slowing down. Regent's Park. Stand clear of the doors as they board. We'll have to wait here a little bit after everyone boards because we are slightly early. Yep, we've got to wait for about 20 seconds here at Regent's Park. It's a very nice looking cow, actually. I don't, you know, it's something I haven't really commented on a lot, but it's very well detailed. Like everything, not everything is clickable, but it looks very nice. Right, go ahead and shut the doors. Like bits of dirt. It looks used, you know. It doesn't look new. I mean, it shouldn't look new. This train is what, 48 years old right now? Like 48 years. I mean, that's pretty old. There's not many trains out there that are that old right now that are actually still in passenger service. There's definitely older, but it's definitely up there. You know, especially considering it's been in pretty much daily use. You know, Londoners use it literally every single day. It's pretty crazy, really. I think they have been refurbished, but still, it's pretty old for a train, really. It's in constant use on one of these lines. And then obviously on the Piccadilly, there's also 1973 stock, so they're quite similar, the Piccadilly and the Bakerloo stock. So they both, you know, they're both pretty much the same sort of age. But I think the Bakerloo ones are slightly older. Oh, little overshoot. Sometimes the brakes, honestly, they catch me out. There's like the last bit of braking on this thing definitely catches me out. Yeah, this is Baker Street. Yep, Baker Street. Next station is Marylebone. Pretty much on time here in Baker Street. Shouldn't need to wait an awful lot. About 10 seconds, so pretty good. I'm actually on an uphill, so won't be able to release the brakes. Rip. Started running backwards. Right, close the right doors. And away we go. Next station stop, London Marylebone. Change here for National Rail Services in 1 minute and 10 seconds. And speed limit of 30 the entire way, I think. Although I think it may have gone up to 35. I thought I saw a 35 limit. There it is. So you can see on the way back, look, between Marylebone and Bakerloo, and Baker Street, I'm pretty sure that's a 20 limit. It's definitely not 35. I don't know why the different sides have different limits. It's kind of weird. Probably shouldn't be. But yeah, this is the first. Oh, we can see the other side there. This is the first station we're actually entering at more than 30 so far. So we've got to be a bit more careful on the braking. The brakes on this thing definitely feel different above 30 mile an hour. They've got to be a lot more careful. Obviously above ground, they're coming in at 40. And open the doors. You can see there is the next station, which is Edgware Road, right ahead there. That's how close together these stations are. I think there's only like 2 places on this line where you can actually see the next station ahead. This is one of them. I think the other one was Embankment and Charing Cross on... Oh, wait a minute. I shouldn't have closed the doors yet. We're a little bit early, so just excuse that. Sorry, people. Wait until 5 seconds and then we'll depart. There we go. the next station stop is Edgware Road. And we are closing in on Maida, which is of course the halfway point in this video. It's where we'll note the halfway point in this scenario, so that's where I'll split it. This is part 1, remember, and part 2 will follow either 1 day or 2 days later than this episode. And then we go, just coming in, and off and release. Again, we're approaching here at 35, so a lot more than normal. Oh dear, I think we've overshot. Oh, that was close, come on. Oh, there you go, just made it in time. Not an overshoot, just some harsh braking, sorry. Sorry for making you ill, passengers. What on earth? I love these adverts, look. Music by Big Bus. Double-decker time machine 2. How British is that? And how hilarious is it as well? Double-decker time machine. And then you got like that's the old Route Master, look. That's great. Double-decker time machine. Who at Dovetail Games thought of that? Seriously, who? Oh, enjoy the outside cam while we have it, because the game will chuck us out. as soon as the whole train pops out of this pops out the station, there you go, we get teleported inside. Nice. Yeah, that happens. Right, up to 30 mile an hour, and then we've got a 20 limit coming up now. Because obviously Paddington Station is just one big corner basically, which is the reason for that. I'm still yet to see anything exciting. No red signals, nothing. Right, down to 20 mile an hour then. Oh, rep. I pressed E by mistake instead of W to speed up, so I accidentally got my chair in the game, which does reset the train's systems a little bit, but I think we're all good. Rip. Put the brakes on briefly there, sorry. Sorry, passengers. Anyway, this is Paddington, one station that is basically just a massive corner, or at least it seems like it is. Look at this. It's very loud when coming in here. You've got to be very careful as well of the fact that it is one big corner. There we go. This is Paddington Station. Change here for National Rail Services and Hammersmith and City and Circle Line trains. Surprising I know that. Is that Paddington Bear? No. I don't think they have Paddington Bear, do they? In the I think he only makes an appearance in the main station, not the underground parts. Anyway, off we go. Next station is Warwick Avenue. After that is Maida Vale, where part 1 will end. It's one big scenario for me, but for you guys, it's going to be split into 2 videos because I didn't want an hour-long video. I'd rather keep long videos. Oh, also, I've received a little achievement then for reaching driver level 10, so that's kind of interesting. And there's a 35 limit going into force now, so up we go. Quite a long gap actually here to Warwick Avenue. We've only got 1 minute and 15 seconds, so kind of good. We've got a 35 limit, I guess. Because like the fastest you ever go inside a tunnel in this game, 35. And then obviously the top speed of the line is 45, but that only happens once you're out the tunnels. And it starts going uphill actually, so we're going to need a little bit of power, because this thing can't actually reach 35 on an uphill gradient. Totally, it is stretchy. But this is what I mean, look, above ground this thing can reach 45 no problem. And yet, underground, I put it on like power level 3, and it took for ages to get from 35 to 36. I don't know why. Like, is the performance of this thing less underground? I mean, I don't see why it would be, but maybe it is, I don't know. Again, as I said in previous videos, if we've got any Bakerloo line drivers that happen to be watching, I doubt it, but if they are, maybe you could comment. Anyway, there we go. This is Warwick Avenue, next station Maida Vale, where this video will end. The scenario does continue, but it will be 2 parts for you guys. Again, just put down in the comments if you want more 2-parted videos, or whether you'd rather I make these videos a bit longer and in 1 part. But away we go. There we go. Right, up to 35 mile an hour, I think I saw there. I think I saw it anyway. Next station, Maida Vale, which is the halfway point in this lovely scenario today. Well, roughly, it's the closest you can get to halfway. Halfway is somewhere between Maida Vale and Kilburn Park, but since I did all the talking at the start of this one, I'd rather have this one 30 seconds longer or whatever. Obviously, I'm not picky, but, you know. Nothing exciting's happened so far, though. You know, I'm sort of expecting something exciting, but not yet, anyway. You know? I mean, it must have 4 blocks of difficulty for a reason, right? I mean, even if it's something we've got to do at the end, like unhooking some cars or driving through a train wash or something. Just something, like, you know, otherwise it isn't 4 blocks of difficulty. You know, I mean, just it being the full line doesn't make it 50 minutes, you know, 4 blocks out of 5 of difficulty. Like, this is like hard, you know, like 4 stars out of 5 for difficulty. I mean, generally that means quite difficult, right? I think it goes very easy, medium, hard, very hard in general, you know, on most games and things. But anyway, guys, this is Maida Vale, where this video will finish. I hope you guys really enjoyed today's video, and I hope to see you for more Microsoft Flight Simulator content and part 2. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!